Hey XS Youth, it's Matt here. I'm really excited to kick off day one of our 11-part series called Live It Out 11. Over this next 11 days, we're going to be exploring different topics of faith to help you live out your faith. We pray that this will be a great time to encourage you in your faith, help you take ownership, and allow Jesus to influence and help you in different areas of your life. And so today, I look forward to sharing with you about the idea of winning the day, win the day. It's funny how often how something starts influences the outcome of something. If something starts well, it often ends well. Something starts poorly, it can end up having a poor outcome. Recently, I played mini golf with my family, and we're pretty competitive. And we were playing mini golf, and I started really poorly. On the third hole, I hit it, and it went out of bounds, and ended up getting the maximum score. And the next couple holes, I sort of choked a little bit, and then my brother started yapping in my ear, telling me how mum was beating me, and my whole game went to rubbish. And by the end of it, I ended up losing. Even mum beat me. How the start of my mini golf game it heavily influenced the outcome, the result. And it's crazy how, mini golf's maybe a funny analogy, but it's crazy how this can even live out in our own lives. Sometimes our day starts poorly and it ends up having an influence on the rest of our day. The other day, I felt this. I didn't sleep well. I was feeling really stressed. And I was anxious about a few things, especially about some things coming up the rest of the day. And my first instinct when I woke up in the morning from sleep was to go grab my phone, to grab it out and to get that buzz of notifications, see who'd messaged me, do the wordle of the day. Got it in four goes today. Pretty good, pretty happy with that. But I don't know if you're like me. Recently, I find sometimes I get out my phone and I look at it, and I don't actually end up feeling more peaceful or more hopeful. I wonder if you're the same as me. And it's not that the phones are incessantly a bad thing. But if I check my phone as the first thing of the day, I was probably just going to add to my stress. I was probably going to start thinking about the rest of the day, and if I tried to actually spend some time with God, pray or read the Bible, my head was just going to be off in the rest of my day or thinking about something else. But on that day, instead of actually going to check my phone, I did this practice that I've been doing for a little while, which I call win the day. Instead of checking my phone, I decided to actually spend some time with God first. And there's this wicked psalm that I love. It's especially if you're feeling anxious, or to be honest, anything really. It's in Psalm 46. It says, "Be still and know that I am God." And that's what this idea of win the day is. Instead of actually checking our phone first, we actually spend some time with God. We be still with God before we check our phone. And this is who we actually get to know, this God that is the Prince of Peace, a God that gives us perspective, that is bigger than anything else that we're facing. He goes before us. We actually remember what He's done for us and what He will do for us in the future. That He is actually our source of joy, our source of peace. I don't know about you, but I think that's a great way to start the day. And so I want to give you some practical tips around what it looks like to win the day, to spend some time with God first before checking your phone. Because maybe for some of you it might be pretty foreign. So I want to give you some tips. If you want, write them down or take some notes, whatever. The first one is to find a nice quiet spot. Find a spot where you're comfortable, not too comfortable in your bed and you fall asleep again, but find a spot where you're not going to be distracted and you're comfortable and you can concentrate. Second one is to start small. Don't go off trying to think you can do hours or half an hour or whatever. Just, if you've never done it before, just start with 1 minute. Try 1 minute and you can always build from there. And don't just do it for one day. I challenge you, try this for a week. Allow it actually to build on each other as you do it each day. And the big question that you may be asking, the last point, is what do I actually do? What do I do with this time when you say spend time with God? A great way is to pray, and praying is simply just speaking to God. But maybe you've never done this before. A great way to think about it is we can be thankful, we can be sorry, we can say please, and we can actually listen. We can be thankful. We can be thankful to God for something in our lives. Sorry, maybe we're sorry for something that we've done. Please, maybe we're asking God for something, to help us with something. And lastly, to listen. That idea of actually being still. actually listening to God. Maybe you're not going to hear some loud voice, but maybe God will actually slowly prompt something, or something will come to mind. Maybe it's something you need to do, maybe it's something you listen to. I really encourage you in that way. And the second way you can do it, you could pray, or you could actually read the Bible. Just start small. Maybe you could read a psalm. Maybe you could even start with Psalm 46. They're essentially songs, and you could start there. That'd be a great way to start. But I acknowledge that some days can actually be harder than others. But it's crazy how just one little small step of obedience and actually choosing to spend time with God can have such a big impact. And I know for myself that I actually notice when I actually forget to do this. So I encourage you this week, I challenge you to try for this whole week to win the day. Start your day off well and actually spend some time with God first before checking your phone. And don't just do this by yourself, do it together. Ask someone in your small group, did you win the day? Ask your small group leader and encourage and celebrate together. Win the day.